Hi guys, Puddin here with a game for you, my Tier 10 German battleship, the Grober Kurfust. Now, my captain skills are going to be priority target, preventative maintenance, expert marksman, basics of survivability, manual secondaries, advanced fire training, and concealment. My modules will be protect my main batteries, longer shooting secondaries, faster reloading main battery, DAMCOM 1 and 2, and more concealment. Now, I can't tell off the top of my head if I'm using the 420s or the 406 because I've been going back and forth, trying to see if the 406s will actually work for me. I don't know what it is. I just seem to feel comfortable with the 420s, but I've been told to start using the 406s, so I've been trying that out. Obviously, we'll tell with the reload when that happens. Now, my initial game plan is actually to go to support B. I should have had my turrets, at least the rear turrets, facing the other way for when I was going to make the turn. What I was going to do was go between the two islands, the big one with all the snow and the very little one, and just shove my way into B and support it that way with an escape route through C. If things got hairy, I had a way to get out. Sighted on the horizon. I do not like going to sea on this map because there's two islands that just they really do take you out of the fight if you traverse through both of them. Like if you go all the way around C, you're just out of the fight too long, because usually what will happen is the guys at A will traverse to the north while you're traversing to the south, and those islands are going to stop you from shooting. Now, I see a Kaba, and it's a good play by the Kaba, but then I see a big, stupid dinosaur, Kurfust, come up and realize that, it's two cruisers over there. If there's nothing else but the cruisers for the Kurfust to shoot at, well, he's going to shoot at the cruisers. Now, when I play my battleships, I tend to think of them like this. I'm the tank of the team. I'm the protector of the team. I go take the damage and dish out the big hits while the team supports me with their DPM and all their little special skills. Now, there's the Kaba, a Kurfust, and Hindenburg over here. If I didn't come over here, the Kurfust would be shooting at these cruisers, which means he could potentially just outright delete them, which means we will be down to cruisers, pretty much two radars, Cleveland and Des Moines. Des Moines got a good spot. He's got an escape route, while the Grozavoy has got a stealth, can always just flee. But we'll be down a Cleveland. The other thing is, if you give him free access to this, at least the battleship, now he's going to have broadside shots into our fleet that's over actively fighting at A. Thank you, preventative maintenance. Thank you, protect my main batteries, for losing my freaking gun number one. This shit has been happening to me way too often with this ship, which is why I spec'd out of the extra plane into preventative maintenance, and I still lose my turrets like, well, it's pretty much like I'm at a cotton candy store. Like, it's just, it's irritating. Now, if you do go to sea on this map, don't play the short game. We have the numbers. There's one Kurfust, one Hindenburg. There's no reason to sit there and dilly-dally and lollygag. Even though we have a useless North Carolina behind us, and I will call him out in it. In chat for being completely useless for not wanting to push up and trade his health. The North Carolina is not a bad ship. The player is. Might as well try to punish the Kurfust, because, well, punishing a Hindenburg that's angled, good luck to anybody. Even your models will have a little bit difficulty, but yeah, whatever. I'm going to go after the Kurfust. Now, because I have pushed up, means that everybody behind me is fairly safe. While I cannot force these guys to shoot at me, 90% of the player base will shoot the ship that is closest to them. I'm the closest spotted ship to them. And the Grozovoy did the right thing. He pushed in the cap with me. He's going to get the cap. He's probably going to get a solo cap because I am being reset as German dispersion hits me, well, pretty bad. But it might as well get some shots in on the Hindenburg. Now, as you heard me say earlier, you need to push through. Well, as you can see, our Cleveland retreated and is going into B. I'm trying to keep these guys' attention, but I don't want to push all the way out. I have a lot of health. They have a lot of health. Now, if the North Carolina was pushing up with me, maybe they would shoot at him, maybe not. But there would be another target for them to shoot at. But you know what? I'm big, I'm fat, I'm juicy, I'm screaming, shoot me, EXP. I have a lot of hit points, so that's what they're going to do. But the North Carolina is not even attempting to come up here to relieve some of the pressure, which is why I spec'd, which is why I gave up Superintendent and I believe Adrenaline Rush, just so I could get concealment, because I can go dark. Now, as you can see, I'm turning out, and I'm going to go through the channel. There's no reason for me to really chase or push these guys. The DD can do it. There's no threat of enemy destroyers over here because, well, all the enemy DDs, I believe, went to A and have died. The Des Moines, I thought we had a Des Moines over here. Oh, maybe it was just the Hemper. Well, the Hemper, you know what? He could angle up and get all of his guns into play, but I'm going to go through the channel here. I need to be aware of what ships are around me, even when I'm watching these replays. But you know what? The Hemper's doing it somewhat right. He's trying to get some damage. He doesn't have the range that everything else does. But he's not going out in the open water begging them to punish his poor little fragile Tier 8 cruiser that is impossible for him to do anything with. Thank God he's not bitching about it in chat. But see, now I'm going to push in through B. I have an escape route to go right up through the north, or I can continue this broadside push straight into A to help relieve some of that pressure. If I would go all the way, if I would have went down around the island, I would have been forced to deal with those two guys. What this does is give me time to actually type something in chat about how useless our North Carolina player is. But more importantly, it gives me time to heal up, get some, you know, if I was burning, flooding something, I could get a damage cam out. I'd be relatively safe. But it just gives me a momentary break from the action. Now, while I haven't done a whole hell of a lot, I do believe I'm instrumental on the only reason we've kept C and B is because I pushed these two guys away. For the most part, the enemy team lemming trained to A and just has been annihilating our fleet over there. It's what they should do. They have the numbers. You push with your numbers. You're going to lose some people, whatever. You have the numbers. You're going to win the battle. You need to keep going. As I failed to get hits on the Hindenburg. Now, what I was actually trying to hope for was to be able to self-fire on these two guys, just to get some pressure, you know, just to deal with these guys. These guys can turn out to be a major pain in our side, just due to the fact that, you know, they're still alive and they're going to have broadside shots, and it's not going to really allow me to angle up to the things in that are coming out of A. So we really do need to take care of these guys as soon as possible. But if these guys were both dead, I would have very easy shots, and on the broadside of most things in the A, and anything coming out of A would be running into my glorious Nurembergs and my primary guns. Now, if you did not know, replays do not show me clicking on ships, but my Nurembergs will not activate until I actually click on a ship. And for those of you that do not know, my Nurembergs are my secondaries, as I finally finish off the Hindenburg. But now the Kurfust, I do believe, sees this opening, is going to try to push C. What that guy should have done was push his way back to his friendly fleet for two reasons. One, it gets pressure off of him. There's a Hemper, another cruiser, I can't make it out, I'm sorry, myself, that are actively shooting at him. Oh, it is a Des Moines. Well, maybe we didn't have a Cleveland with us over there. Maybe it was just a Hemper and Des Moines. Whatever. But there's 3 ships shooting him to, well, just him. Now, best case scenario, he is loading his guns every 26 seconds. Worst case scenario for him is he's using the 420s, while a Hemper, I believe, is down 10 seconds, 10-second reload. It's been a while since I played a Hemper. I know it recently got off, but you're also dealing with the Des Moines that is sub 7 seconds. I'm not sure, because I don't know what kind of modules that guy's running, but you have a very rapid fire HE spammer, and if you dare show him broadside, he will punish you with AP. Let's just hope that our friendly Des Moines is intelligent for this. As our North Carolina finally makes a push towards the enemy to get up into the fight, and he decides to go broadside to their battleships. Anybody watching a mini-map is not going to be long before we are down on North Carolina. But we are winning. We are also staying even with the ship kills. Well, the A side is clearly lost. We don't have it, we're not going to get it, and it ain't going to happen. They did manage to punish and kill a bunch of ships, which is what they needed to do. As our Hindenburg manages to finish off a Bismarck over there, which gives us a lot more pressure. Now, of course, all I've been doing is lollygagging around with a Hindenburg and a Kurfust. But one, I have significant amount of my health left, and so does he. Now, I slow down and let the Hemper go first because, well, he's got torpedoes, and well, let the battleship shoot him, not me. It's going to save me some health. But you know what? More importantly, I'm going to get his nice broadside, going to do some damage. Hopefully the Hemper didn't take any big shots in return. My secondaries are going to town on the Kurfust. As the Hemper's torpedoes come in and finish off the guy. Our Hemper survives. I am broadside to all of those things coming out of A. While our Hindenburg is doing an excellent job kiting, our Hemper, who is just some poor, lonely Tier 8 squishy cruiser who can never do anything in a Tier 10 game, just killed the Tier 10 battleship because he pushed out around a corner a little bit too close. Now, some of you may be thinking I'm a douchebag for letting the Hemper go, but you know what? He's got torpedoes, and if the Hemper goes, kills him, and the Hemper dies, it's still a good trade. I didn't take much damage because I am the only battleship alive that is going to have to face off against 2 battleships. One of which is very healthy. Luckily, the other one is not, but it's a Yamato. I have 1 heal left. And, you know, I have about 3/4 of my health, so this is going to be a little difficult. I was going to attempt to make the turn, but knowing this ship and its huge-ass zip code turning circle, I decided against it, which made me go around the island and out of the fight longer than I wanted to. Now, I am going to try to take shots and on things that I could potentially kill right away. I see a broadside Yamato. Might as well take the chance to shots to see if I can punish him as I got hit with lag, because if I can Citadel and finish him, that is going to be so much more helpful to my cause, but I still get a nice 14k just pens. I got my secondaries, or my Nurembergs, going. We're going on Itago, quickly switch to the Hindenburg because I want to start whittling him down. Was going to use my primaries against the Itago. But what I'm doing here is I'm angling up against those 2 guys because well, really nobody's even aiming at me. But what I'm going to do is try to make these guys think that I'm pushing into them and make my turn out. I'm doing this for several reasons. One, oh my god, there's a battleship going broadside. I have the health to handle it. Nobody's going to citadel me. Two, it's going to get people not looking at our Hindenburg. I don't know our Hindenburg's health, but I need to be everyone's center of attention. And how do you become center of attention from people? Turn broadside, wave your hands. Tell them there's plenty of dinosaurs blowing shit up over at sea. Maybe they'll go over there and check it out. But for whatever reasons, you know, it doesn't matter. Now, I am not going to turn to get all of my guns to bear on Hindenburg, because Hindenburg has 6-kilometer torps. But look at what these guys are doing. They're angling up against me, but they are now broadside, or they were broadside to our Hindenburg. But more importantly, they are not looking at our Hindenburg, who is about half healthish. I still have one heal. I will be able to heal up fine. As soon as the Hindenburg starts getting more of an angle, my Nurembergs are going to open up, and then what I'm going to do is turn the other way, because guess what? He did a full turn to drop the second side, or second set of torpedoes on me. Nope, not falling for it. I don't even need to waste my hydroacoustic to know that this is going on. Want to finish something low health, so you know what, take guns out of the equation. Goodbye Hindenburg. Oh look, torpedoes, surprised by nobody. Now what I'm going to do is actually slow my ship down and let the Missouri creep into me. I waited way too long to hit that repair party, but what I'm trying to do is let this Missouri creep up into me, because I want to get a nice broadside shots in on him. While he may be able to punish me for showing side, I'm still angled, so I shouldn't take big hits, but he's going to knock out my front gun because, well, why not? Who needs a front turret? But he's staying angled to me, and I'm also getting as many of my secondaries into this fight as possible. But really what I'm trying to do is have this guy creep up on me, show me enough of his side to where I can just outright punish him, take my shot, do 11K. I aimed a little bit too forward, gonna get the front turret finally, but this game is quickly wrapping up as I managed to get a high caliber and capacitate his guns. So now we're gonna check out the post-battle results. Now, just because you are forced to go somewhere you don't like or agree with, like in the case I don't completely agree with C, does not mean you have to do it stupidly. You want to maintain a presence still, and I do believe that some of the reason we did win is for two. We were able to get 2 caps, and the guys at A were able to actually kill ships. I was able to preserve most of my health for the end, for the enemy's big push that came out of A. Luckily for me, I wasn't punished too harshly and didn't need any torpedoes. I really do hope you guys liked this video. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you send us in. The email for that is in the description down below. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. And on that note, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.